So I recently graduated from college, and here's my experience with that. So originally I wasn't going to go to college. I was going to take a gap year and travel. Um, and my parents were mostly supportive of that. And instead, I decided to apply to the school in New York City because I've always liked fashion, and that's something that I was into. And so I applied to the Fashion Institute of Technology, and it was the only school I applied to. And I ended up getting in, and I ended up going. Basically, I wanted to go to school to be creative and follow my creative inhibitions, but I wasn't a fashion designer. I didn't know how to sew in high school. So I went for fashion business management, which is like the biggest major at FIT. And I, I kind of know what I wanted to do. I wanted to do streetwear, and that's kind of what was popular then, and that's still something I'm really into. But also, like, fashion isn't my only like hobby. So, kind of here's my review about college, and more specifically college in New York City, and even more specifically the Fashion Institute of Technology. Starting off, FIT is a state school, and I'm from New York. I'm from upstate New York. So it's cheap. And the main thing about college is I didn't want a lot of debt because I didn't want to feel stuck or trapped in having to pay off the debt. And so I still have some debt, but not a lot. So it's a pretty good start. As for my major, I studied fashion business management, and then I specialize in product development. And product development is something that I really do enjoy. I think it's a really good balance between the creative and the business, which is kind of like where my mind is with a lot of things. If you don't know what you want to do in life, which I don't think anybody does. I don't know what I want to do still. I'm just kind of trying different things, and if I like it, I keep doing it. But I think if you don't know, I think I wouldn't go to an expensive college, waste a bunch of money. I would really just start trying different hobbies and seeing what you like. And from there, if you want to go to school or if you want to move to a city, then that's the best option. The biggest aspect of moving to New York City for college is the people, obviously. The people that you meet in college are great. I mean, there's so many talented people, there's so many creative minds, and everybody kind of has their thing. There's a lot of people that are photographers, videographers, designers, graphic designers, stylists, like list goes on and on. And so you're able to kind of feed off that energy and also just like bounce ideas. There's a stigma around fashion students or FIT students that people are cold and mean, and I don't think that's true. I think a lot of people aren't super outgoing where they're not gonna come up to you and talk to you, but if you start a conversation with them or if you meet them through class, then most people are pretty chill. Overall, I enjoyed my experience, and I think it was a positive thing to go to college. um, I still think college is somewhat overrated, and especially if you're going into tons of debt. Like I don't think that's worth it. Um, but if you're able to find a pretty cheap school or something with a scholarship, I would definitely recommend that. The thing is about school, and especially moving to New York City, is you get to mature differently. Like I wasn't interested in the normal college experience, I guess. So moving here, obviously you are in college, so there is some of that. There's there's some partying and stuff, but there's not really like frats. Like FIT doesn't have frats or sororities or anything like that. It really does set you up for a job. And the thing is, do I want a regular job? And I think like a lot of people, the answer is no. I've always wanted to work for myself. Always wanted my own brand, whether that's an internet brand or like an actual fashion brand. I've worked for most recently this brand called Corridor, which is a really like great small menswear brand, and I got to learn a lot there. But recently, I quit that job and I'm taking time off to really focus on what I want to do. So after I quit, I've saved up money during the pandemic. I lived at home for a year, so I wasn't paying any rent. So, and I was working. So I was able to save up a lot of money. And then during school, I've been working part time. And during the summer, I worked full time in the city. And I share an apartment, so my rent is half. So it's not too expensive. So with this money, I am going to travel basically. I've always been into traveling. I've been backpacking a few times for 2 weeks or 3 weeks at a time, so nothing too serious. But now I'm planning on 3 4 months backpacking and just kind of like exploring and figuring out what I want to do and making content along the way. There's so many things of these ideas that I have, and I think creating the content on YouTube is where I want to put these ideas or document these ideas, because I just like the format of video. And I always wanted to watch somebody on YouTube growing up when I was in high school or even in college. I wanted to watch somebody do all the things that I'm interested in, and I don't feel like there was someone like that. And also just this idea of being genuine and really wanting to help other people do what they want, and hopefully provide some interesting content for them. Basically, I have like 5 or 6 months to give all my ideas and dreams a shot. And obviously, I'm not going to become successful in 6 months, but as long as I can get the ball rolling like this and like a few designs that I'm getting made, I will hopefully be able to do something with this. And, you know, I'm not too scared, and I don't think it's too big of a risk because I have the skills where I can always get a job if I need it, but you can't always build a brand out of nowhere. Like building a brand takes time, and finding a job is pretty easy. Um, Maybe it's not your dream job right away, but if I'm running out of money and I need a job, I know I can get a job somewhere in New York. So for me, like taking this next 6 months before I have to pay off my loans and before I have to like really grow up, this is the time where I need to go for it. I think these other hobbies of mine are also very interesting, like content creation, videographer, storytelling, traveling, fashion design. Obviously, like clothes and aesthetic is a big part of what I like, but only making content around what to buy isn't my favorite thing to do. And so I'll do some pickup videos, I'll do some closet, like what's in my closet. And I want to do some videos about what people are wearing, because as I'm traveling, I want to show off like the cultures and show the difference in styles and aesthetics, because I gain a lot of inspiration from that. And I think a lot of other people would too. So that's something that I will be doing in the near future. Um, yeah, if I miss anything, comment below, let me know, and subscribe for the journey forward.